All right, let's talk some materials. So for our ice cream cone, we will start with our 3.5. I mean, that's a must. We will need some yarn. So this is kind of a scrap project for me, so I have all kinds of crazy looking yarn. I have the Cafe Brown, which is going to be our cone. So this is going to be the bottom of our cone. I have white, and obviously this is going to be the scoop. You would need some polyfill to put on the inside of this thing. This is what polyfill looks like in case you've never used it before. Obviously you will need more than this, but this is what it looks like. And the last thing you will need is your yarn needle, only because you will need to sew, not necessarily sew, but you will need to close the hole at the top, because this project is no sew. It's actually worked in one continuous piece. We don't have to sew any pieces together, but you will need your yarn needle to close the hole at the top. If you are attaching a keychain, so for like this one, I attached the key ring, you want to make sure you have a key ring handy. I'm not sure yet if I want to attach a key ring to this one, which is why I have this string still hanging, but that is all we will need for today. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so for our ice cream cone with the scoop, we're starting at the bottom of the cone, so the very, very tip of our cone, and we're going to work our way up. So what we're going to do is start with a magic circle, and in that magic circle we are doing 4 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Go ahead and close our circle, place our stitch marker. Row number 2 is going to be a row of increases. So we're going in that first stitch, and we are putting 2 single crochets into that stitch because we are doing a row of increases. Go on to that next stitch. Go ahead and put 2 single crochets inside of that next stitch. And we're going to do that all the way around. Row number 3 is going to be 1 single crochet in each, and at this point you should have 8 single crochets. So at this point I'm literally just going to go inside of each one of my single crochets, each one of my stitches that we made before, and I am doing 1 single crochet in each, just like that. And we're doing this all the way around. And at this point you may notice that your work is starting to like curve in on you. What you can do is just flip this guy inside out, just like that, just like that, and then continue your work. It makes it a little bit easier. Okay, row number 4 is going to be 1 single crochet and then an increase. So 1 single crochet, and then in the next stitch we're doing an increase, just like that. 1 single crochet and then an increase, and we're going to follow that pattern all the way around. Row number 5 is going to be 1 single crochet in each stitch, so just 1 single crochet in each one of those stitches, and at this point you should have 12 stitches. So just 1 in each. Go ahead and do this all the way around, and I will meet you back here. Okay, and this is what we should look like after 5 rows. And just as a point of reference, this is a cone that I made previously. I made it into a keychain, but we are right here in our process. So we're working from the bottom and we're working our way up. This is all one piece, no sew. So we're about right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're about right here in our process, and we're working our way up. So what we're going to see is a bunch of increases and single crochets, 1 row of single crochets in between each, because we want to get that cone shape. So for row number 6, what we're going to do is 2 single crochets and then an increase, much like we did before. So 1, 2, single crochets, and then an increase in that next stitch. And we're going to do this all the way around till we get to our stitch marker. All right, rows 7 through 8 is going to be 1 single crochet in each stitch, and at this point you should have 16 stitches after rows number 7 and 8. So literally just 1 single crochet in each stitch, and we're doing that all the way around till you get to your stitch marker. Row number 9 is going to be 3 single crochets and then an increase. 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. And we are doing that all the way around. Rows 10, 11, and 12, we are doing 1 single crochet in each. So just 1 single crochet in each stitch, and you should have 20 stitches at the end of each one of these rows. So go ahead and do your rows 10, 11, and 12, and I will meet you back here for row number 13. Row number 13 is going to be 4 single crochets and then an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase. So go ahead and do this all the way around, and I will meet you back here for rows number 14. The last couple rows, rows number 14 and 15 for our cone, is going to be 1 single crochet in each. So literally just 1 single crochet in each one of our stitches for rows 14 and 15, and I will meet you back here for row number 16. Okay, so this is what we are looking like so far, and our cone is done. This is what we're looking like. So what we need to do now is switch gears to our actual scoop, and the way we're going to do that is at the end of row number 15 we will change our color, and we are going to do this fluff part before we get into the actual scoop. So row number 16 is actually going to be us doing this fluff. So I stopped right before I got to the end of my row number 15 because I wanted to just show you that I'm going to color change. I'm going to change to a white, and so in my very last stitch I am going to pull in that white, I'm going to cut my brown. We don't need a long tail from that brown. Get that out the way. I'm going to move my stitch marker so I can get ready for row number 16. Okay, so for row number 16, usually I crochet over my tails, but for the purpose of showing you, I will not, because it gets a little bit confusing. So let me pull that straight. So for row number 16, we are doing 4 single crochets in one stitch, slip stitch in the next stitch, and then repeat that pattern around. But we are doing this in front loop only. So what that means is each stitch has a front and a back loop. So if I'm looking at this next stitch right there, the front loop is going to be right, let me see if I can show you better. The front loop is going to be this guy right here. The back loop is going to be that guy right there. So what I want to do is front loop only. I want to do 4 single crochets into this one. So 1, go into that same loop, 2, 3, and it's going to get crowded. That's what we want. 3, and then 1 more. 4. In that next stitch, front loop only, we are doing a slip stitch. So go into that front loop and then just do a slip stitch. And we're repeating the pattern, meaning that in that next front loop only, 4 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 1 more, 4. Next stitch, front loop only, we are doing a slip stitch. And we are doing that all the way around, but you see how, because it's so crowded, we get that frill effect. It looks like the bottom of our ice cream cone. So you're going to do that all the way around. It is very important you do front loop only, because row number 17, we are actually working in the back loop. So you want to make sure those back loops are available. So go ahead and do row number 16 and I'll meet you back here. I have finished my foam, or whatever you want to call the bottom of an ice cream, but I have finished mine. This is what it looks like. So remember, I was telling you it is very important that you crochet front loop only for row number 16, because row number 17 now we are doing 1 single crochet in each stitch, but back loops only. So when you look on the inside of your cone, let me see if I can show you here, you should see your back loops look something like that. You see that? You should see the back loops all the way around. So that's a back loop, that's a back loop, back loop, back loop, back loop. All of those you want to crochet into those all the way around. Let me show you what that looks like. So let me get settled here. I gotta pull my tails. My tails look a little crazy right now, but so we're gonna pull our row number 16 forward, and we are gonna go into our first back loop, which is right there, and we are doing a single crochet like that. So go into that back loop, do a single crochet, back loop right here, and do a single crochet. And we are just doing this all the way around, finding those back loops. And if you did this correctly, and if you did front loops only, it shouldn't be very hard to find it. It should just be chilling right there, just like that. So go ahead and do this all the way around. When you get to the end, you should have 24 stitches once you finish row number 17. Okay, so at the end of row number 17, this is what you should be looking like. There should be row number 16 in the front, which is that bottom of our ice cream cone, and you should see another row behind it, which was our row number 17. And just for reference, row number 16 is right here. Row number 17 is actually right there. So now we're going to start building our scoop. So let's move on to row number 18. Let me go ahead and get situated. Row number 18 is going to be 3 single crochets and then an increase. So we are going to find that first stitch, and we will do 1, 2, 3 single crochets and then an increase, and we're doing that all the way around. Okay, now because this is a cone and the tip is pretty darn narrow, we want to start stuffing now, because when we get to the top, that hole is going to be kind of small, and to reach all the way down to this tip is probably going to be a little bit hard. So we are just put a little bit of stuffing, not a lot at all, just a little bit. You can kind of stuff as you go, but I just want to make sure the tip of that cone is stuffed. I'm just going to use my crochet hook here a little bit. There we go, just to get it into that point, so that gives us a really nice shape when we're done. And literally that's all I'm doing right now. That's it. Okay, so let's move on to rows 19 through 21, and that is a 1 single crochet in each stitch. So 19, 20, and 21 is going to be 1 single crochet in each stitch. So that's nothing new to us. So I won't spend too much time showing you this. Go ahead and do this on your own and meet me back here for row number 22. We are moving right along here. So row number 22 is going to be 3 single crochets and then a decrease. 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease. And we are doing that all the way around. Row 23 is going to be 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and then a decrease. And we're doing that all the way around. Row 24 is 1 single crochet in each. And we're coming right down to the end here. 1 single crochet in each all the way around. Okay, our last row here, row number 25, is going to be 1 single crochet and then a decrease. 1 single crochet and then a decrease. One single crochet and then a decrease, and we're doing that all the way around. Alright, so at this point we are actually done with our cone and our scoop. We have a little hole at the top that's going to help us to put our stuffing in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave you, let me cut my thing first. You don't need a really long tail, you just need enough of a tail to close this hole. So I am fastening off. I will go ahead and stuff my cone and my scoop. I'll meet you back here to show you how we are going to close this hole. This is what my cone looks like when it's all stuffed. Kind of cute. But I do still have this hole at the top. So what I've done is I have gone ahead and grabbed my yarn needle. Looks like that. And I am going to close this hole by going into every other stitch. Let me angle this so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go into this stitch, come out the next stitch, go into the next stitch, come out of the next one. So just kind of weaving in and out. And once I get to the beginning, I can just, if I can get in there, I can just pull it close. So in and then out. In and then out. All the way to the beginning, and it looks like I am coming up on where I started. Yep. And what you can do is then just pull. When you pull, the hole closes up. Just like that. And what I like to do is another round, just because I feel like it secures the hole for me, just in my opinion. So I'm gonna go another round. Just like this. And for me, I just like the look. It looks better to me. If you are attaching a key ring, a keychain, you want to use this same thread to attach your keychain. And what I usually do is just go ahead and knot this thing. So just create a knot. And I like to go into the center of that magic circle like this. And then grab your keychain and attach your keychain to this. I don't know if I'm going to attach a keychain for this one. I just wanted to show you all how to actually make the cone, and that's what we were looking like. Super cute. So this is our cone. Came out really, really cute. Again, this is the other cone. Super cute. No sew, all one piece. Couldn't get any simpler than that. So at the end of all my videos, I like to go through just some options on how you can make this this project your own. So obviously you can change the color. I mean, this one's pink, this one's white. You could add some sprinkles. You can add a face to make it an actual amigurumi. Let's see. You could stack some cones, which is what our next episode, our next installment of this series is going to do. So stay tuned. Check out my next video where I will show you how to create a 3-stack scoop on our cone, and we're actually going to put some faces on our scoop. So go ahead and stay tuned. Please watch the next video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. There's a lot going on in the world. Make sure you stay safe and keep up on the information that is out there so you can keep you and your family safe. All right, guys, crochet some cool stuff this week and meet me back here next Monday for a brand new tutorial. Again, next week we are making the 3-tiered stack, so you don't want to miss that one. And I will see you later.